got a lot to cover today, actually. The Game Developers Conference been going on. A couple juicy tidbits were revealed from that. Also going to take a look at Dragon Age 2, the demo out on Xbox Live and PSN. Is it on PSN?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And also, we'll take a look at Blob 2. We're going to actually review the Wii version, although it is available on the HD consoles as well. We'll get to all of that. But first, Game Developers Conference. The president of Nintendo gave the keynote address and had some interesting revelations.
Can I be the one to share this exciting news?
Yes, please do.
On the new 3DSs, it's in the works, not ready yet, but you're going to be able to stream Netflix on your 3DS. And Netflix
There's more?
Netflix is going to start streaming 3D movies. Yeah!
And did you tell them about the 3D trailers that they'll be able to see before Green Lantern comes out this summer?
No, but you just did.
Okay. 3D trailers will be available on the 3DS before Green Lantern comes out this summer. So that was pretty big. Now my question is, the fact that Netflix is going to be available on the 3DS and you'll be able to see 3D movies, does that make you want it more?
That makes me want it so much more. That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Just to have Netflix being streamed anywhere, it's going to be great and detrimental for students everywhere.
Because you're going to be in college trying to view it just right to get the right angle as you watch your 3D movie. Should be taking notes on this. I'm sorry. I just saw something fly out of the screen at me. It kind of made me scream. The other big announcement was at the Game Developers Conference was a new 3D Mario game being created just for the 3DS, which was huge news. They didn't give any more details, just a few screenshots. It seemed to have the same sort of graphical appearance as the Super Mario Galaxy games. Right. And the temporary logo they had even used like the same font and everything, although it did intriguingly, at the end of the O, have what looked like the raccoon tail, possibly, from Mario Brothers 3. So maybe that suit will make its return, which would be really cool.
A 3D Mario Brothers.
3D Mario Brothers with possible raccoon power-up.
I just hope it's a cool game, because Mario's, they seem to be on this trend of just spitting out as much games as possible.
Did you play Mario Galaxy 2?
No.
Okay, well, he doesn't know what he's talking about, because that game was amazingly awesome. So we'll just...
better than Mario Sports, hopefully.
Okay, well, okay, I agree with that. That previous comment, though, is, anyway, let's move on.
Dragon Age 2 is boring.
That's what caught my attention.
But this is how you'll get to that conclusion.
Yeah, now explain it.
The game starts off really cool. The video effects and cutscenes are really sweet. It's like watching a movie almost, I think. And so it really builds up the game. I think it'd be better if it was multiplayer, because you have control of 4 or 5 different characters on the battlefield, but it's just you. So I think if all your friends had it, then it'd be somewhat more entertaining. You can actually you can pause in the middle of a fight, assign attacks to each of your characters, assign different spells, which I think is, I guess it's strategic, but it's kind of like cheating in a way to me. Yeah. Because it's like, oh, time out, let me get ready again. So,
yeah.
I don't know, I think it could have been better than it is.
Yeah,
but it's just the demo, so I have to wait for the
Who knows
game.
what the full game is going to feel like. Demo gives you just a taste. You can't even do everything in the demo. A lot of the parts are locked out, like equipping your guys with new gear that you find. So a lot of it's locked out. But yeah, the one thing I did notice was the conversation wheel, which was kind of pioneered by Mass Effect.
Right.
And it's really cool how it directs how the characters talk. I liked how it had the little icon to tell you what you were going to do. It had a little icon to tell you if you're going to say something really good, or something like peacemaking, or something sarcastic, or something that would be, make people angry. So I liked how they had that in there as a nice little addition. And it's like Mass Effect, but with dragons. Which is cool, I guess.
Dragons are cool.
Dragons are always cool. So, yeah, you can check that out if you want. Download the demo like we did. Oh, we should say, the game is really bloody.
Yeah.
Like, every little thing you do, it's like...
I don't know how I forgot that.
I don't know how you forgot that either.
Yeah, there's definitely fire spells and ripping limbs off of people.
Yeah, it's kind of a gory, bloody game, and after you are in a battle in the cutscene, your character will be covered with all the blood that's splattered on him. So, pretty bloody game. You might want to keep that in mind. Moving on to a game that also has lots of splatterings, but not in a gory way. you like that transition?
That was
huh?
nice.
Yeah. The Blob 2 is available on the Wii, and for the first time, it's available also on Xbox and the PS3. The first game was exclusive to the Wii, and now they're expanding it, hopefully to get a bigger audience, which I really hope this game finds, because it is a lot of fun.
You've been talking this game up for the whole week.
I loved the first Blob. It was just a brilliant game, and the second one, I still love it. It really feels like a reintroduction. You know, now that they've expanded to other consoles, it doesn't seem like a whole lot's changed. They kept the formula pretty much the same, hopefully to draw in a bigger audience. The core of the game, it's a platformer. You play as a big paint blob. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's awesome. And you're trying to fight the Inkies, who have leached color from the world and made everything grayscale. You go around and bring life to the world again by painting everything. Now, one of my favorite elements of the game is it's not just a visual where you paint things, it also has an audio element. As you paint, you can change the soundtrack. Depending on what colors you're using like red, you have kind of like a little rock riff going underneath the soundtrack. You use purple, it's more of a jazz riff. If you use brown, it's got like a hip hop.
That's probably the most interesting aspect to me.
It's really cool. And so if you like paint for like a long stretch of time without any interruptions, you are creating a whole new soundtrack as you do it. It's really cool. It's visually pleasing, it's pleasing to listen to, and it just makes it a lot of fun. New elements for the sequel, there's 2D platforming elements, like side-scrolling, which are a lot of fun. That's the only really big change that they've made to this one. A few new enemies, a few new talents and skills that you can use. Overall, it's the same game as the first one, but it's a lot of fun. And it looks great in HD.
Those colors really shine.
Well, you know, just the particle effects that they can do, the overall sheen that they can give to everything, it looks fantastic in HD. So I'm glad it moved there. So you can get it on any console. It still looks great on the Wii.
You know, I'm really glad there's a painting game that's better than Jet Set Radio.
Oh yeah, this is totally better than Jet Set Radio. It is so much fun. And actually, you know, it illustrates a really good point for us as Christians. You know, a lot of times we can think that living my own way, living on my own terms, that's what's going to bring me full life and make life full of color, you know? Like a full life is often one that is vibrant and full of color and whatnot. Awesome. But that's really not the case. I mean, the Bible says that sin is fun for a season, but eventually it'll lead to our destruction. And Jesus said that he came to give us life and life to the full. So if you want to live a full color life, you have to turn to Jesus. He's the one who's going to splash us with color and bring us to true, vibrant life. And it's not going to be living on our own terms. And I think the Blob kind of flip-flops that. They make it look like, you know, there's even some religious undertones to the Inkies and how they go about, they baptize people into ink and turn them into these grayscale creatures. So I found that kind of annoying. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, granted, religion is a prison, and it tries to, you know, fit everyone into a certain thing, and they all have to do it the same way, and that can leach color from life. But that's not what Christianity is about. Christianity is the only way to find true life, through Christ.
Definitely.
Full, vibrant life that you can live in full color. So that really comes out from the game for me.
Yeah, and yeah, I totally agree. Christ is always going to be a better artist than I am, that's for sure.
That's right. Yeah, he is the greatest artist, to steal a line from Aisha Woods. Anyway, the Blob 2, fantastic game. I hope nobody misses it this time. Now that they've re-released it, it was a sleeper hit on the Wii. I hope it really gains success so they do more of these types of innovative, creative games, which are rare. I would give the Blob 2 6 out of 7.
Wow.
It's family friendly. There's nothing to worry about. The cutscenes are like Pixar-esque in their high quality CG quality. They're really funny. It's just a game that has a lot of life and vibrancy to it. It's creative. It's innovative. It's fun. Don't miss it.
Well, there you go. Don't miss the Blob 2.
The Blob 2.
I like it.
Awesome.
The Blob.
Yeah.
And coming next week, we're going to have a little bit of Pokemon info for
That's
you.
right. Pokemon comes out on Sunday, March 6th. I will be picking it up, of course.
Of course you will.
And I'll have a little info from my first week with Pokemon for you. Also, we'll talk about new cars.
New cars, Need for
Yeah.
Speed. By next week, all the new car packs will be out. The Lamborghini, which is already out.
Yep.
And the Porsche pack's coming out next week.
So we'll talk about that as well. It's going to be cool, man. We got a lot to cover next
I'm
week.
stoked for the Porsches.
I'm stoked for the Lamborghinis.
Any more questions or comments, feel free to email us, will@m88.org.
Or Johan at calvaryabq.org. And of course, you can read more reviews, previews, news, updates, everything at hollywoodjesus.com.
And that'll do it for us, so we'll see you again next week.
Thank you so much for joining us.